you surprised that the sheriff was selected to speak today at today's event?
Well, no, actually, in some ways I'm not surprised because New Hampshire has a history. You know, they were the last state to ratify, one of the last to ratify the Martin Luther King holiday, along with Arizona. So there's a history of oppression and repression. No, that failed. Also, do you honestly think that undocumented workers are the cause of our economic woes in this country? I mean, there's plenty of M1 and M2 going around in the world. I mean, is it, you know, really lay on them? And we're here now in Phoenix, Arizona. And we're waiting for Joe Arpaio to honor his oath of office. Right there.
Sheriff Joe has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho!
There's a pathetic senator named Kelly Ayotte who is Joe Arpaio's best friend forever. Now, I've got her covered out here on the East Coast, and out on the West Coast you want to get up with Steve Lemons and Dennis Gilman because they've got Joe Arpaio and Russell Pearce covered out there 24/7. Well, all right there, Mr. Law and Order Sheriff. I've got your oath of office information, you know, the oath that you violate with impunity. And by that I mean, I'm certain that you engage in unlawful foreclosures, and I'm certain that you have been sued successfully by a number of litigants, you know, including Nicholas Babcock, $42,000, Elaine Sanchez, $30,000, Julio and Julianne Mora, $200,000. It's the same mentality that your buddy Kelly Ayotte tries on me out there in New Hampshire. And guess what? We're not having it. Yeah, and we saw the opinion.
Who are you with?
Christopher King, kingcast.net, sir.
How you doing?
I'm be all right, you know, but what's your name, sir?
Dave Leonard, out of Romney.
David, I support veterans. My uncle was a veteran. People in my family are veterans. But, you know, Kelly Ayotte, just because she disagrees with me, has got me banned from these events.
Oh,
under,
really?
under threat of arrest. Yes.
Really?
Okay, let me understand this, officer. I want to get it clear, okay? Are there other media inside?
Now, the thing that you need to be clear about is that you're not going inside.
I ask you a simple question, officer. I'm not being rude or loud. I ask you a simple question. Listen.
If you don't leave, I'm going to call the police.
Here's the security guy.
Where's it? Bring the security guard over. Yes, sir.
This is private property.
Okay. The public invite was offered. I offered to pay my money to be here. Okay. There's no reason for you to ask me to leave except you have a content-based issue with what I'm doing here, and that's not cool, man. You understand? Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
I'm not touching you. Leave,
Don't touch my equipment. That's an extension of me.
Leave my
Don't touch
area.
me, officer.
Leave my
They cannot
area.
touch me. Long time no see, brother.
It's good to see you, Christopher.
You too. Well, what brings you out today? What do you?
Chairman of the Republican City Committee.
What do you specifically? What do you think about the legislation? What I tried to ask Kelly, and she didn't want to answer me, was I said, how is this any different from the failed attempt, you know, several years ago, 5 years ago in Monadnock, to criminalize being undocumented? You know, they were trespassing then, and I tried to ask her that, but she didn't want to answer my question.
I think everyone in this room, you'll find, is for enforcing the laws that we have
Right.
on immigration.
Right.
So, now whether
Hey, Kelly, how is this any different from the Monadnock initiative 5 years ago that was thrown out? Do you remember that, Kelly? I guess you don't recall. You just don't want to speak about it. But you do remember, though, right? No, I wouldn't. In fact, and I don't have to either.
Really?
Yes, really. What's your name?
It's none of your business.
Well, it is to ask. You don't have to tell me.
Sorry.
See, that's how it works. You'll get to learn. I'm a member of the press. Yes, I do.
Can I take a look at that?
Yes, I'm a member of NEMP. I've been a member for a year and a half now, sir. Okay? So I don't have to go anywhere.
Just don't want any confrontation. that's all.
Well, don't let her touch me, okay? That's all. Don't let her touch me. All right?
Anybody else?
I beg your pardon, sir?
Just don't touch anybody else.
I didn't. I haven't. You saw it, right?
Joe, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Were you aware that they tried a similar initiative here in the Monadnock Valley about 5 years ago? They tried to criminalize being an undocumented worker at that time, and they made it into trespassing. Were you aware of that failed initiative 5 years ago?
No, I'm not aware of it, but they may have been ahead of the game. But by the way, have they been successful?
No, that failed. Also, do you honestly think that undocumented workers are the cause of our economic woes in this country? And there's plenty of M1 and M2 going around in the world. I mean, is it, really lay on
I
them?
call them undocumented workers. I call them illegal aliens. They have violated the law. The media doesn't like to say they are illegal immigrants. That's what they are when they cross the border. So they come up with these nice cliches. I'm not blaming you. You're just repeating what everybody else says, undocumented. They are criminals. 10%. I should be getting an award from the White House. Thank you, Sheriff. You're making more vacancies for U.S. citizens. Other than that, I get sued.
Is now telling me that I'm not a member of the media. I cover murder trials in Boston, okay, with the same credentials that every media person has. Don't whisper in his ear now. You can talk to me.
Oh, you talked to the lady that's running and she said yes.
You can talk to me.
I go over there and talk to her. You guys stay by
Press, just like these other members of the press.
Of the press.
The heck I'm not. I cover. Miss Lothrop, welcome to the internet. We're going to have words about what you did. I'm going to talk to the ACLU, and I'm going to talk to the mayor and the police chief. Thank you. What was your process?
Are you going to pick your stuff up?
No, I'm just trying to figure out, before that happens, officer, I just want to be clear about this, okay?
It's a private function.
Okay.
You're being asked to leave.
And no, I'm being singled out to leave. That's what's going on. And everybody here knows it, okay? These guys are members of the media just like I am. So why am I being selected to leave?
The people there are asking you to leave. You have to leave.
It's totally viewpoint-based discrimination. You know it is, okay? And this is, is this the hallmark? Is this, remember the GOP a couple of years ago when they arrested all those people? Is this what's going on here now?
Go ahead and pick up your stuff and let's head out.
Why? I want to see where these guys got invites.
Because you've been asked to leave.
Because why? Because Kelly Ayotte doesn't like me? Is that why I got asked to leave? I think that's because it's a viewpoint-based discrimination. That's Kelly Ayotte's forte.
Go ahead and get your stuff together.
So I'm actually being asked to leave this function. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Okay.
And it's not viewpoint-based
Do you want me
discrimination?
to pick your stuff up?
Were you surprised that the sheriff was selected to speak today at today's event?
Well, no, actually, in some ways I'm not surprised because New Hampshire has a history. They were the last state to ratify, one of the last to ratify the Martin Luther King holiday, along with Arizona. So there's a history of oppression and repression going on here. There's nothing new. They had a 1955 meeting up there, too, up north, and that was a crazy thing with the Economic Council up there. That was years ago, but they set down policy then that was kind of disfavorable to what they called mud peoples, and this is all documented as well. So, but anyway, the current event right now is appalling, and I think they're scapegoating undocumented workers. Many of these people are in trouble because their lawyers ripped them off and didn't do their job properly. Furthermore, there's plenty of M1 and M2 money supply in the U.S., in the world. So they are not the cause of our money woes. Some of the corporate people that stole our money, some of the people that have been indicted or are being sued right now are actually providing $10,000 to Kelly Ayotte's campaign. That's tax masters. And that's going on right now. They gave her $10,000 and, they are being investigated and being sued right now by the Texas Attorney General. But Kelly doesn't care. So, and I think there's a reason why your paper decided not to endorse her.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Are you surprised at the amount of Republican candidates that are coming today despite the speaker that was selected?
I'm really glad.
I think they all are vying for votes, and I can't blame them. They've got to be where the action is.
Yeah. Okay. Did you say it's Chris King?
Christopher King, yes.
Is it C-H?
Traditional spelling, yes, C-H-R-I-S.
Okay. And where do you live?
I'm in Dorchester now, but I lived in Nashua, oh geez, off and on for about 6 or 7 years.
Okay. Thank you for appreciate it.
You're more than welcome. So I can't believe we're actually in Arizona. It's crazy. And specifically in Maricopa County. A place I said I would never be. Well, except for the fact that, you know, I have family who lives here, but I'm here because we were just finishing up a mortgage movie over in California. Got a corrupt system of justice out there. And anyway, our flight took us past this wonderful place. We're at KingCast.net Mortgage Movies, and we're making our way from sunny Long Beach, California, back to Boston, and well, all points east. And we're here now in Phoenix, Arizona. Here's my favorite cactus. I like this one. Anyway, I swore I would never come here because this is the home of Joe Arpaio, who is Kelly Ayotte's buddy, and they're both pretty much criminals with badges. So anyway, outside of the fact that I have family that lives here, I'm getting ready to get the fuck out of here.